Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to my channel, and tonight I'm kicking off my road to Evil Dead Rise. So this is the first time I've done something like this, or at least like something on this scale. I do remember back when Terrifier 2 came out last year, I did review the first movie before going to see the second. But this time I'm going through like all of the movies and all 3 seasons of the TV show Ash vs. Evil Dead. And originally I wasn't going to do this until I realized that the event that Bruce Campbell usually does, the Bruce-O-Rama event, he's going to be doing that event in my home state on April 26th, which is just 5 days after the release of Evil Dead Rise. So I decided, you know what the hell? I'll just review the entire series and post it to YouTube. And so I'm going to be starting off with the original Evil Dead, carrying all the way up through like all 4 movies, then the TV series, and then finally I'll be reviewing Evil Dead Rise the night that comes out. But jumping into the first movie, the original Evil Dead, I mean, I don't really know where to even start for this film. Like, I really like this one. It actually wasn't the first film in the series that I saw. The first one I watched was The Army of Darkness, the version that came on TV. The original Evil Dead was always on my bucket list, just because of how minimal it kind of looked. And like, well, I make my own short films from time to time, so I kind of wanted to see like how Sam Raimi and the filmmakers like made the original Evil Dead. And if you ever look at the special features and like the commentary on what they had to do, it's actually pretty dang creative. But I mean, we all know the story. Like Ash, back when he was known as Ashley, and his friends and his girlfriend, they go to this cabin in the woods where where they find the book, the Necronomicon. They're stupid enough to read from it, or sorry, in the original film, they listen to a recording of a professor reading from the book, and from there, that's when like one by one they get possessed. Starting with, I believe, Ash's sister Cheryl, and then his girlfriend Linda, and soon after everybody just follows, and the rest is history. But starting off with what I really liked with the film is, I mean, like I said, I like how minimal their approach was in this film. Granted, like it is the first film in the series, so like it's always good to start out small, see what works, see what doesn't. They were really minimal with what they could do here. Like, I mean, I think I heard from somewhere that that Sam Raimi and the cast and crew, like, they had to use like live ammunition for all their scenes because the blanks at the time, blank rounds were more expensive than live rounds. Aside from that, like, I mean, the music was great. I mean, this was a great outing for Bruce Campbell as Ash. I mean, it was a great first feature for Sam Raimi. I can't remember if he directed any like feature films beforehand. I do know that the original Evil Dead was originally conceived by a short film that they created that was sort of like a proof of concept for this movie called Within the Woods, I believe. But either way, still a solid outing for the original Evil Dead. And I apologize, there's not much really else that I can say for this, because like there's really not much to say about this film, aside from like I appreciate like the really small budget that they had to go with, and just what they basically had to do for this. The only thing that I'm a little bit iffy about this film, and to give them credit, again, this was one of their first films, if not the first film that they've done. But some of the acting I didn't really care for that much. Like, the one thing that sticks with me for Bruce Campbell's acting in this first outing is him saying something along the lines of like, why do you bastards keep on torturing me, or something to that effect. And at least to me, it just felt so odd and funny. Giving them credit, it was one of their first films. And like as the years went on, especially as Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell like worked together and did more and more films, such as when Raimi did movies like Oz the Great and Powerful, or recently like Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I mean, their directing and acting skills like both grew from this. So to wrap up this relatively short review, this was a great first installment in the franchise, in what would be, I'd say, like one of the best horror movie franchises that I've ever seen. But that's really it for this review. I'll check in again tomorrow night to give you my thoughts on Evil Dead 2.